two things happened today. So I asked the girls, do you guys like making videos? Because we ask them this every few months just to keep gauging what they like, their interests, if they still want to do it. Like I ask every couple of months just to really, and I tell them, and I don't ask them as we're doing a video. I don't ask them, at any point. I just will randomly ask. We'll just be sitting down just like, hey girls, like, do you still like doing videos? Do you like doing videos? So I asked them today and they both said, yes, but I don't like, this is what Alexis said, I don't like when I have to change my clothes for a video. And I laughed at her. I said, well, Alexis, the reason why sometimes I'll say that, it's not even about getting fancy or looking a certain way, is that, you have a stain on your shirt today, or,
that's like saying, let's go out to eat. Well, we got to change your shirt.
Exactly. That's what I told her. It's the same thing. If we were going out in public somewhere, I wouldn't be like, Alexis, wear that stained shirt. I tell you to change. I said, that's the reason. If we're just laying around the house, you want to wear your crappy shirt, sure, whatever. It's about presentation in general. If you were walking anywhere, I wouldn't let you go out the house like that. And Ava said, yes, I do like making videos, except for sometimes I don't get it. That's what she said. Sometimes I don't even get how this is interesting. I don't get to how some of the ones we do are interesting. I said, okay, I understand you're saying that, but also...
Because she's 7, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Or Dad says something that he thinks is funny. I'm just like, I don't see how this is funny. And I said, well, we do these videos for entertainment. So sometimes you don't get what's happening or you don't get the humor. And I said, sometimes I don't get your dad's humor either. But if he thinks it's funny, he thinks it's funny. We're all trying to entertain. Sure. So it's not that big a deal. We just move on. When I said that, I was like, yeah, okay, I guess. So they express what parts of it they don't like or what they don't understand.
Well, I think it's good to constantly communicate with them because it lets them know that they're part of the business. Yeah. They're not a pawn in this. They're not like, you do this for us. We basically
do this certain dance so we can get,
do this thing. We ask them to participate and to contribute. When people talk about families are using their kids, they got it really twisted. We're doing this because we make entertainment for people that enhances their lives. It's positive. Mm-hmm. It makes people smile. The world needs that. Yeah. So why not embrace people that are trying to do that with a positive spin on it and say, this is awesome for the world, instead of saying you're using your kids.
That part of it is super annoying. And then there's those comments of people who...
Like, talk about the Instagram.
Yeah, especially lately, not the Instagram, Facebook, like pictures of the girls. Some of them lately, people have words like, this is too grown, or whatever the case may be. We can show some of the pictures here. I just look like, what is grown about this? You realize they're not 3 anymore. That's the biggest thing. They are no longer 3. They're about to be 8. And when I say that, please understand, I'm not even saying like they're wearing like string bikinis. They're literally, their elbows are out. It's like, what are you talking about? Their hair's blown straight. Suddenly it's too grown. Since when was having straight hair too grown? Or like today's picture I posted, they had their natural curly hair and they were posed like this. Like, these poses. What can you do?
Standing there?
People don't understand modeling. That's the thing. People don't understand modeling, and then they're like, why can't you just let them be kids? Like, what are you talking about? They are kids. They're the kids standing there. Just because they're doing what they are good at. They're good at it. Right. So when they pose, it comes across amazing. Because they're good at
a big girl.
Exactly.
Right.
So, and people have that statement, and I become... I don't want to say defensive, but that's when I start to say, well, this growing up on social media thing, people don't allow people to grow up.
Yeah, it's all for like when they're 3 years old, look at these cute kids because we saw a viral video. But what should they be doing when they're 8? Should they be listening to Mary Had a Little Lamb? Should they be like, no, they're going to grow up. And if people are going to support them, and the girls want to be actresses, they like being YouTubers. So we have to allow them to be who they are at this phase, just like anybody else.
That's exactly the thing. And like I said, it's to me, like I am the queen of making sure that they are not inappropriate. And you know that, Justin. I will quickly be like, you can't wear that, or you can't buy that, or you can't have this. So I monitor for myself what I feel is age appropriate. And I think you agree with me as far as them being age appropriate all the time. Yeah. So when I see these comments, I'm like, you people are either living in the dark ages or you're absolutely nuts, or you think they're 3. I actually made a response to somebody today, and I was like, so what should they be wearing at almost 8? Onesies? Yeah. You want them to wear baby onesies? Like, what are you talking about? She's literally wearing a shirt and shorts, and Ava's wearing long pants, a tank top, jumpsuit, long pants. Like, mind blown. What is so crazy here?
Right.
What is so crazy here? You know, and it's not everybody, obviously, but it's enough sometimes that I'm just like, growing up on social media is difficult.
Well, we have, I think, part of our audience is older.
Yeah.
And so older conservative people, they're going to say, you know, why do they look like this? And especially people that are more religious and more into that aspect of you shouldn't be showing yourself, then they're going to say that. We have to not care, obviously, and we don't.
But also in that aspect, Justin, there's literally, I mean, there's elbows and knees.
Right.
There's nothing showing. But like I said, the problem is because, and I will say this, and it's an issue with Black children, is that the girls are good at this. So when they really go for it, they go for it. They're good at it. And their hair looks nice, and they're styled. Mm-hmm. They're styled for the shoot. Mm-hmm. And then they get sexualized, so to speak, you know, saying this is too grown, or that why they look 15. No, they don't. They don't look 15. There's nothing 15 here.
Well, that brings up a good point. I posted something on Instagram a while back about how there were comments when I think Ava or Alexis, they were swinging on my lap. The girls were swinging on my lap. Mm-hmm. And some people were just like, you know, the girls are too old to be sitting on his lap.
Now they're too old.
And, you know, I'm going to excuse my language at this point, but I didn't mince words. You can, whatever that is, how dare you say what me and my daughter can or cannot do? You, the people looking at this, are sexualizing something that's not there. Me and my daughters have a great, loving relationship. We've always been affectionate, touchy. They've always sat in my lap, you know, whatever you carry them, whatever it is. At some point they get too big, you can't carry them, but they're still affectionate. They still come over or whatever. If somebody looks at that and they see something that they think they see, that's what you saw. What really happened is that there's a great relationship between a dad and a daughter. How would you not want that for all relationships? So if I see something unhealthy in something, that's my projection of what I think that might be. That is not the truth. There are so many dads out there who have great relationships with their daughters, and there are so many daughters who wish their dads were more affectionate. So that's one thing that obviously annoys me. It gives me a good reason to voice my opinion about it because I think it's important. Stop over-sexualizing things that are not going on.
Yep.
Let's encourage moms to have great relationships with their son and dads to have great relationships with their daughters. If people say things in the comments and I see it, expect me to make an example of you if you're totally wrong. And of course, you're totally wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. That's 1,000% how I feel about it, which is why, you know, in saying like growing up on social media, I think it's great in the fact that we are definitely building an empire for all three of them. I think we are putting them in a position that even if they don't want to be on social media, they can use social media to be whatever they want to be.
Yeah.
They can be the best, you know, let's say they want to be an athlete. You have social media now to push your platform of athleticism to where you may get bigger brand deals now because you have this big deal on platform. So we're setting them up because no matter how you feel or think, social media and used properly is continuing to grow.